Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Oil Spill. Today I'm going to be going over my daily carry, what I carry in my main bag. This is the Klein Tools Tradesman's Pro backpack. As you guys know, I'm an industrial electrician, specifically oilfield electrician. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it and what I carry with me. So on the outside, I have my Stanley Fat Max 25-foot tape measure. I've had this one about 2 years now. It's held up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Here on this side of the bag, I have just stuff like a pin tester. I have a couple pins, usually go in my shirt pockets. My Weha insulated terminal block screwdriver also usually goes in my shirt pocket. Little Coast G25 flashlight. It's pretty bright. And then a safety knife I'm supposed to be carrying at work. And then lockout, tagout locks that I keep right here on the top of my bag. So in this front pocket right here, don't keep a ton of tools in here. It's mostly material type stuff that I keep in here. So I have green tape, this little tape container with some fuses. I took these out of the IFM module that I was working on. Blue tape and red tape, Loctite 567 thread sealant for stainless steel fittings. And then the bottom here is just some miscellaneous kind of flex fittings. Oh, here's my no dog level. There's a tool I keep in there. And besides that, it's mostly it. It's a couple bushings, plugs, for instrumentation, pipe, things like that. A couple loose screws in there. I think that's about it. Then in this top little hard case has on there, I have this stick-on box. It just has various different types of stick-on ground screws. Keep in there. Keys for my lockout tagout, spare fuse holders, drop some earplugs, bunch extra ear protection, earplugs, things like that. A couple tags for lockout tagout, toe warmers for really cold days, especially this time of year, and then my Uglies electrical reference book. Keep there in the back pocket. Okay, so that's the outside compartments. I really do like this bag. I've heard a lot of negative reviews, kind of mixed reviews on YouTube, Instagram, and stuff, but I thoroughly like this bag. I'm kind of turning it around. This is kind of the operation of it. Kind of give you guys what it looks like on the inside there. Open so you guys can see pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to start with this top row here. I got Klein needle nose pliers, the journeyman handles. I'm not a big fan of the journeyman handles, to be honest. They're kind of bulky. They're a little bit more heavy duty, but not a huge fan of those. Here's my Klein crimpers for steak-ons, such. I really do like those crimpers. Klein linesman's pliers, nothing special, just the plain old Klein ones. I've had these for quite a while. Klein dikes, which I shorted, blew the tip out on that. Always double check your stuff. Klein strippers, just the one that everybody has, pretty much. And also another pair of Klein strippers, but the red-handled ones for really tiny control wires. Like I said, I'm an industrial oilfield electrician, so I do a lot of controls. Really a variety of different things, from construction to maintenance. 2 levels Klein, the black ones. I wish the no dog I have is the orange one. I really wish I had the black one to match. Kind of match those. I like those levels. They're pretty good. this Milwaukee Rover light. I really like this light. Gotten a lot of good use out of it. That goes in that pocket there. These pockets are really deep. You can hold a lot of stuff in here. I mean, in this little pocket I have here, I have a folding Allen key. This is the big one, the 5-inch one, with all the also Klein, and the bigger Allen keys for disconnect instruments, so forth. A 6-inch crescent wrench. Oh, I just have this little. These are my most common sockets. 7/16, 1/2 inch, and 9/16 that I keep in this bag, and the rest of them I keep in my other bag, which is at work. And then my smaller Allen key set. So all that stuff fits in that pocket, and you can't even, from the angle you can't even see that. And I can actually fit more. I put my sockets on this little just piece of wire, just so that they don't get lost down in the bag. That I can just throw them down in there, and then when I need a socket, I can grab it, undo this wire real quick, and then take off which one that I want. So that's worked out for me. That makes it easy for me. Cable splicing kit. I love this kit. Love this knife. Perfect for stripping tray cable, large conductors, ground wires, etc. And then the electrician scissors that come with it. These are great for dressing cables and just for general good scissors, labeling, so forth. And then they come in this cool leather pouch. I usually just stick this in my pocket. Sometimes I'll put it on my belt loop, but I really do like this cable splicing kit. Here I have some of my bigger pliers. So I have my 10-inch crescent wrench. You can tell I've used the crap out of this thing. It's pretty well worn, but it's held up really well. I really like this crescent wrench. It's very comfortable to use. My Knipex Cobras. I love these pliers. These are the best water pump pliers that you can get. This is the 10-inch version. I used to have 2 of these, and I'm pretty sure the other one got stolen in my bag. There's a little story behind that. I won't go into that. So, and then accommodate with them is I just have my older channel locks that I used before I had my Knipex, and they're kind of good as beater pliers to just, you can see I tear up the handles, because sometimes I stick them in a piece of pipe to turn it if I don't want to, mess it up with, the teeth and so forth. And then my Klein cable cutters, or baloney cutters, rabbit ears, bulldogs, whatever you want to call them. I just got these. I went years without them, and I don't know how I survived without them. These are awesome. These are much better than using your alignments to cut stuff. And anything that's bigger than, 3/0 for me to cut, I will go in the truck and get some ratchet cutters. So don't kill myself for that. Also, in the bottom of this bag, there's a lot of room. You could actually fit like zipper pouches. I know a lot of guys put their zipper pouches down here, but you can fit a lot of stuff down here. I just have zip ties. I just have like 5 or 6 bags of these, but I've gone through a lot of them lately, doing basket tray, cable tray, longs, and shorts. And then I keep a little collection of baggies here. These are really useful for parts and screws and things like that, and stuff you want to store, drawings and things like that. So I really I like keeping those down in there. And then on this side of the bag is mostly all my screwdrivers and so forth. So right here on the front, there's these little pockets that go here. So I have just a couple Sharpies or Milwaukee ink saw. This one has a piece of blue tape on it because this is the one with the fine point. It's the newer one. So it is what I use for labeling and that sort of thing. And then this one's more my general one. The tip's kind of worn down on it. Cut and strut, marking conduit, tubing, things like that. And then a couple different pencils. Carpenter's pencil, and then a regular pencil. This is more for making notes on drawings, and then this one is more for marking conduit, things like that. And here is I have all my nut drivers. Can you really see that? Yeah, right there. So I have all my nut drivers in here. I have it all from 3/16, 1/4 inch, 5/16, 11/32, 3/8, and then the bigger ones in this individual sleeve, 7/16, 1/2 inch. Klein, long shaft, hollow, non-magnetic. I don't really care for the magnetic. These are great nut drivers. I haven't found a better set of nut drivers than the Klein ones. Highly recommend those. Then here I have my insulated screwdrivers, just the Milwaukee set. I don't really do a lot of live energy work. I don't have my card yet. I'm technically a craftsman, and when I get my card next year, I will be able to do a live electrical work. But for the occasional time I have to get into a live PLC and such, these are really nice. These are just Milwaukee ones. You can get these for like 20 bucks. I think it's a really good deal for insulated screwdrivers. These are approved by my company. Most companies accept that. See if you can see that. Probably can't because of the shadow, but there's a double triangle, 1,000 volt insulated rating. It's just a good set. 20 bucks, can't beat that. Beater screwdriver. I broke the tip out of that about a year ago, but the handle's still in good shape. I mean, relatively good shape, so I still use this as my daily beater. You know, it's worked out good for me. Here, this is like the old school tool. This is what all the old guys use. Screw splitter. Tip of it gets bigger as you push that little handle, and it allows you to hold a flathead screw. So like you have the screw has a flathead on it, and so you can do that. Holds it so you can at least get it started, then finish it off with your regular screwdriver. Pretty handy tool. Not a lot of newer, younger guys have these. You see a lot of the older guys with those, but really useful for working in panels. A long 7-inch Phillips screwdriver. This is the long 6-inch cabinet tip, and then I have the same one except in the 8-inch, also cabinet tip. And then here are some of the shorter screwdrivers. So Phillips #2, Robertson's #2 for breakers, and then a Keystone tip one, and then those all slide in right in here. And then down here are more my precision screwdrivers. I have my Klein terminal block one. This is awesome for doing panel work, besides the other tweaker I have on the outside. And a Phillips #1 for real tiny screws and instruments. And the one thing I did miss was over here is my ratchet wrenches. I just got a set of these, Home Depot, for 60 bucks for 30 of them. I don't carry all 30 of them in my bag because that would be ridiculously heavy, but I keep the most common sizes that I use, which is standard. Oilfield's is mostly standard size. Every once in a while you get metric on some instruments and some called motors and stuff like that, pecker heads and stuff like that. But this is what I carry in there. I just have 3/8, there it is, 7/16, 1/2 inch, 9/16, 5/8, 3/4, 11/16. I really like these ratchet wrenches. They're not the reversible ones where they have the little locking thing. I don't really like those because makes them kind of thick, and they don't seem as strong as me. They don't have the offset head, the flex head. I don't like any of that. Just means more moving parts. But they just ratchet. They're Husky brand. I've only had these about a week, but I love them. I think they are awesome. Very strong. It seems. It looks like they're going to last me a long time. So I'm really happy with this set. I don't carry all, like I said, I don't carry all 30 of them with me. They came with 10 standard, 10 metric, and then 10 midget ones that are about yay big. And those are going to come really handy for putting together MCCs and stuff. And then the last thing in here is my ratchet, my 3/8 ratchet. It's a Stanley for my sockets. Like I said, I don't carry all my sockets. I don't carry all my ratchet wrenches. I'll go into another video about the other bag that I carry at work, which is just has like the bigger stuff in there, my meter, my drills, my pipe wrench, a couple other miscellaneous tools that we'll go over. So that's just about it for what I carry on a daily basis. Overall, I think this is a good setup for me. I can get just about, in this bag alone, I can get about 95% of the work that I need done for what I do, which ranges from everything from 12 kV power pole construction to 24 volt instrumentation and everything in between as far as oil field work goes. So I'm really happy with this way it's set up, and I really like this bag. I've had it for about 6 months and it's held up great, and I put it through some really harsh, dirty conditions, and it's taken the beating like a champ. So really happy with this bag.
No rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got